So I'm going to show you a way to sort of be careful because we don't want to gouge the restoration and ruin our margin or make some undue marks into the restoration with a burr. So let's talk about what we do. So I use this burr. I have a kit, the Ceric Doctors lab kit that we use, and it has polishing burrs in it. It also has diamond burrs and all kinds of things that we can use, contouring burrs for temporaries, all kinds of stuff. So what I tend to do is I take a very thin diamond burr like the one you're looking at here, and I'm going to take that diamond burr on a straight lab handpiece, and I'm trying to do everything I can to go into the block rather than go anywhere too close to in this case, the buckle of this restoration here. So I'm going to hold the burr. You'll notice I have like a couple of paper towels almost to act like a pillow. You can actually use something soft like a pillow or something that over it, because when it falls, you just want it to fall and not bounce on anything where you might get a little chip. So in this case, I have a paper towel down there, and I'm almost trying to grasp the bottom of the block. So when it falls, sometimes I can just literally catch it in my fingers. So you'll see here, I take that thin diamond burr, and I'm going, first I want to make sure, sometimes I can't see the sprue because there's a lot of dust in there. So I just take an air canister and I blow off some of that zirconia dust. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that straight diamond burr that I just showed you, and I'm going to place it into that straight handpiece, and I'm going to basically grab the block, and I'm going to start drilling as far into the block towards the edge of that sprue that I can. So there's that burr again. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead. We're going to try to go right in that area there. So let me pop it into the straight handpiece itself. We'll go ahead and we're going to grab the restoration so I can kind of get my fingers underneath it, so sometimes I can catch it. And you'll see I'm kind of just leaning into the block rather than into the restoration. And a lot of times I'll go from the side and make sort of a nice indentation, and I'll come over the top of the sprue. And I just want to sort of make a groove where eventually it'll just fall off just like it did. So once that's done, I will pick up the restoration, and you'll be able to see the sprue on that restoration there. So you can see how it sticks out some. And now what we need to do is polish that sprue off of the restoration. So let's talk about how we address the sprue, and then how we can go ahead and get this thing into the oven, and we can even pre-polish the restoration. So this is a different case than the one you just saw here with some different tools that I use to remove the sprue. Now what I do is a lot of times I'll use that either a very similar burr to the one I used to take it off of the block. I'll just take and I'll use the side of that diamond burr, and I'll just make sure that I'm not going anywhere near the margin. And all I want to do is sweep over the restoration very gently, and I want to take it down so I don't see the height of that sprue sticking out anymore. So you'll see, so I'm kind of brushing through with some gentle brush strokes, and then I'll take like a big, broad, sort of like a heatless stone. And you'll see the heatless stone here in a second, and I'll place that in and use the side of that heatless stone, which you'll see here, to just try to smooth out any irregularities that we may have gotten from the thinner burr. So we're just going ahead and we're sweeping through, trying to make sure that all of those potential marks are going to be gone, and then we'll kind of use that almost like pre-polishing. I'm pre-polishing the block, so to speak. So now, this is back with that original restoration that I was using. Once I get most of that sprue off, I'll actually use some polishing burrs. This is a polishing burr from, I believe Meisinger has this one. And this one comes in the CericDoctors.com lab kit that we do. And a lot of times I'll just use a polishing burr just because it'll give me a nice finish over that and taking out some of those lines. So you'll see here, we're just going around the edge with this nice little polishing burr, and we're going to get the residual remnants of this restoration just really good and smooth. So we're going all around in all directions, and at the end of this, which takes maybe 30 to 40 seconds, all we want to see is a nice even flow to the outside wall of that restoration. And then once we have that, we can start our pre-polishing process.